I'm Matt Bishard with REIT.com here in Washington, D.C. for NAREIT's Washington Leadership Forum. I'm joined today by Ron Havner, Chairman, President, and CEO of Public Storage and the 2014 NAREIT Chairman. Ron, thanks so much for joining us today.
Thank you, Matt. Good morning.
We're a few months into your tenure as NAREIT Chairman. How would you assess where the listed REIT market is today?
Well, surprisingly, I think we're doing pretty good this year so far. The RMZ is up about 70 points, or about 7%. Treasuries have dropped. The yield's down about 25 basis points since the beginning of the year. And most companies have reported earnings, and they seem to be on or ahead of target. So I think the REIT industry is starting off 2014 pretty good.
And Ron, what do you view as your top priority during your time as NAREIT Chair?
You know, Matt, it's pretty simple. We have an outstanding CEO in Steve Wechsler, and my job is to support him and his excellent management team and their key initiatives for 2014. And I really view that as my one and only priority, support Steve and his team.
And what can industry members do to help support that goal?
You know, Matt, a couple of things. One, obviously join NAREIT, pay your dues, actively participate in the events that NAREIT puts together for members, a couple investor symposiums, some industry specialty conference, the accounting and law conference, but also, and I think many members underestimate the importance of this, support REIT PAC. REIT PAC is our vehicle to participate in the legislative process that affects all member companies. And I can't overstate the importance of supporting REIT PAC. Then there's other special events like the one we're having tonight for Senator McConnell, participation in those events and supporting them. So there's a variety of venues for members to participate, support NAREIT, and support the industry's initiatives.
And lastly, many industry leaders are here in Washington for the Leadership Forum. What's the key message that you hope policymakers take away about the REIT industry?
You know, Matt, a couple of things. One, REITs are good for America. There's going to be an article in this month's REIT magazine about the stability that REITs added during the financial crisis to the banking system, to the financial system. People forget that 20 years ago it was a $10 billion industry, and today it's a $1 trillion industry, and that was a big buffer for our financial services industry during the downturn. And all you have to do is look at Europe and see the difference between their banking system and our banking system, and REITs had a big part in that. REITs are good for America. They create jobs, they invest in buildings and projects that support our communities. And really what we're up here today, this week on the Washington Leadership Forum is three key legislative agendas. The first is the Marketplace Fairness Act, which equalizes sales tax between e-commerce and brick and mortar retailers. And obviously REITs are mainly the brick and mortar retailers. Two is the Real Estate Investment and Jobs Act, which has to do with foreign investment in real estate here in the U.S. as well as in REITs, increasing that percentage from 5 to 10%, and basically putting it on par with what is applicable overseas for our domestic pension funds in terms of investing overseas. The third legislative agenda item is the extension of terrorism insurance, which is already in place, and what we're asking is just another extension of that for 5 or 10 years, which is very important for commercial landlords and the insurance companies that insure those buildings, as well as our financial services industry that provides loans on those buildings.
Ron, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you, Matt.
For more on this and other REIT news and analysis, be sure to visit REIT.com.